All right, so y'all get mad when I be calling y'all fat, despite the fact that it's the truth trying to sell the tea. So I'm gonna take a softer approach. Girl, get up right now, go look in the mirror, and if you need the tea, drop down in the description box, click the link, and buy the tea. How was that? Girl, we have got to talk about love and marriage. Huntsville, Martell. I will say this. Some of those layers of Martell are beginning to get peeled back, and he is doing a little better. Y'all want to talk about it? Here you go. Nessa girl, I just woke up and watched the Love and Marriage Huntsville. I know it's late. Yeah. Whatever. Anywho, this episode opens up. Is it me? Or was the beginning of this episode, they played part of it on the last episode? Because I was watching it. Or maybe I clicked on the wrong episode. But the beginning felt like I had seen it already. Maybe I watched the snippet. Neither here nor there. Anyway, Tisha and Marsau are sitting at the table having the conversation about the disconnect between Kimmi and Tisha. Carlos King, own people, we not doing this no more. Like, we're not having this conversation about Tisha and Kimmi. We're not finna do this all season. The shit has already got as exhausting as Candace and Monique on Potomac, or Simone and Jackie on Married to Medicine, and Quan and Mariah on Married to Medicine, and Kenya and Nene on Housewives. At this point, we don't care anymore. Stay your ass home. Tisha, you stay your ass home and keep Wanda ass home. And Kimmi, you keep carrying your ass to work, saving lives and taking care of Maurice and Monster, and let's just be done with it. People act like, sometimes when you're family members that you got to be all in love. It's okay not to like somebody. It is totally okay to be like, hey babe, I'm finna go around my mama's house for a party. All right then, tell your mama them I said, hey, bring me back a plate. It's okay. I honestly think operating in that space is far more healthy than showing up, being nice, nasty, fake speaking, or always having to have a conversation about the conflict. I'm sorry. At this point, Tisha and your family, y'all have proven that y'all are on the short bus. Tisha, you are the only person. Do you not read the comments? Do you not go back and look at these shows? Like, granted, I know why y'all are filming. It's real life. But the introspection starts afterwards. No one is on your side. And then too, in the words of Mariah Hulk, you showed your slip. Because while the expectation is for Kimmi to blindly support you in various situations and contort the truth, lie on the reunion, and all these other manipulations that she needs to make to herself, I find it jacked up that you even sat down and entertained a conversation with Kiuwha on camera. Like, I get that at some point Kiuwha may have been your sister-in-law, or y'all may have some type of relationship, y'all may have some type of little halfway sisterhood thing. So, it's not far-fetched for her to have intimate conversation with you. I totally get that. But knowing the smoke that you've been blowing about Kimmi being a ride-or-die sister for you, all these things on camera, you sat there and had that conversation with Kaya, had that woman in her house, and was shaking your head and showing support and co-signing. Yeah, At this point, your little beef has been neutralized. You have no further grounds to carry this any further. You might as well just let it go. And then here's the other thing. I have too much respect for Tisha and for Marsau for me to say the things that I really want to say. Tisha, did Wanda drop you on your head? Because it just feels like certain things just don't connect. Like your brain stopped developing at 9 years old, because some of the ways you try to rationalize things are not rational. You and Kimmi are in a tough spot. Y'all are not talking. You know, you're constantly making it a situation to tell anybody who will listen how she's a bad sister-in-law and not the one you need. And then the expectation is for her to still call you and be like, girl, let's go to Red Lobster and get a margarita and a shrimp scampi. Like, I'm just lost on how this is supposed to work. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works, y'all. That's the most genius Geico commercial, by the way, when the old lady was like, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. I don't even like quoting Kanye, but I'm gonna have to say, how, Sway? Martell comes. Oh, hold on. So something else I didn't even mean to spend this much time on them. You know, I've cracked Marsau's code. Marsau does a very good job at playing the role that has been developed for him on this show. And that's the role of the doubtful cheater. Okay? That whole I would forgive you if you had an outside child, like, knowing damn well he wouldn't, 99.9% of men won't. I just think that it was super genius to interject that and to further fortify his role as the doubtful cheater. You know what I'm saying? Because now here's what y'all finna do. He's just saying that so if that baby pop up, when that baby pop up, you know, he laying the foundation for her to forgive him or whatever the case may be. So here's the thing. If there was a baby, it would have popped up by now. Y'all know how these things work. If there was a baby, it would have popped up right now. These chicks be dying to get, and if it hasn't popped up right now, it's requiring a whole lot of hush money. And no tea, no shade, but based on the house that Tisha and Marsau them living in, they do not possess the type of hush money it would require to keep a bitch that damn quiet. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Martell comes and gets the kids. He come in, you know, they already doing better than my mama and daddy was doing, because my daddy wasn't allowed to come at my house. Baby, I'm 37 years old. My parents divorced when I was 6 months old. I went off to college at 17. And between them 17 years, I've never seen my daddy step foot in our damn house. Child, one time we had to do my financial aid paperwork using my mama's income. My mama came and got in his car, bitch, and they did the paperwork in the car. He was not allowed to come to our house. I don't know what that was about. So y'all are already demonstrating more than a lot of us have seen growing up in our toxic ass, you know, single family, broken, shattered family homes. But Mel wanted to go outside and talk. And she wanted to talk. And, you know, a lot of parents go through this co-parenting situation with the children times. It's my time to get them. Okay, I know that this is your weekend, but it's Mother's Day. Can I have them? And the daddy keeps them just to spite the mama, or vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Or the whole, all right, you know, Mel plans her week. She probably finna go out on a date with her new man or go out of town, and it's your time to come pick up the kids, and you like, no, I can't do it. Now, you know, Mel had a very, very good point, and I can believe her when she says, you know, you said you were unable to get the kids, but you were in Atlanta at an event. that is messed up. You prioritize that event over your kids. But Mel, you know, the gimme gotcha is like, he was like, oh, the time when you were sick, but you was in Atlanta. So it's like, you know, here's all you really got to do. Get the grandparents involved. Like, Martell, if it's your week and you know you are supposed to relieve Mel of those kids and you are unable to for the full span of your time, then you have got to use your village to help you with the kids. And I was about to say, I mean, where's they stepmama? But I'm going to say that piece for the last thing, because, oh, baby, I got something to say about coleslaw. Child, did y'all see me down to the thing? They had me, Dr. Heavenly, and whomever else, Steve Harvey. They were saying Martell went on a slander tour to Slander Melody. Oh, my mind, it's to Slander Melody. It was a cute little thing. Shouts out, you know, I'm making my way around these reality TV streets. Finally, a bitch is collecting her things. Give me my things, please, Miss Carlos. Carlos and Mona both owe me a few more things, and bitch, I'm coming to collect, but I take this for right now. You know, some of those things would be some reunion things, you know what I'm saying? Some reunion things would be real cute. That was cute. Martell come in and want to hug Melody Mama. You know, it was sad, and this is how you know Martell did something wrong. He couldn't even look that lady in her face. You know what I'm saying? And won't even pay respect to the fact that this lady has a right to be upset. Just imagine if your daughter was going through the emotional trauma that you put her daughter through, how you would treat the person who inflicted said pain. Mental illness and the disconnect from reality that Martell has is very frightening. I hope it's not genetic, and I'm not talking about nobody's children, but I hope that that trait does not get passed on to those children. Now, in a provider role, Martell is a great example for his son. He is, you know, go to college, get a good job, you know, do X, Y, Z. As it relates to how you should show up in the world as a man, if I was Melody, I would be a bit nervous about my son, because I don't think anybody would want their son to have the belief system and the outlook on life in situations like marriage that Martell does. I believe also, now that Mel and Martell are divorced, that there's no conversation that needs to be had with Melody Mama and Martell. Martell don't owe you shit at this point. He never did. Now, if he grants you conversation, or if you guys develop the type of relationship where y'all still continue to have a relationship, then that's fine. But when it comes to checking him and this, he don't owe you that. Your daughter is your proxy at this point. If he ain't threatening to whoop her ass or hurt her, he don't owe you any type of conversation, and I stand on that. Mel meets Tiffany. I'm sorry. The kids sit down with Monster. Monster's growing. I love that they let him make the decision of what high school that he chose. My parents would have never done that. They would have told me where I was going. I love, you know, that we're seeing black parents allow their children to be a bit more participative in the decisions affecting their lives, and that comes along with the level of affluence and finances. My parents ain't had the time nor the money for me to be around here making costly decisions. Nevertheless, you know, Maurice has proven time and time again that he is the core reason of the disconnect between Kiuwha and Kimmi. And I also think because Maurice is so, I don't know, forgetful or hesitant sometimes about including Kimmi, you know, in the parenting and the conversations, it almost lends itself to the narrative that you were sneaking off with her and you're still keeping her a secret, or you got to keep her distance from Kiuwha. If I always said this about divorce and remarriage and ex-girlfriends and new people, if I'm the ex and you are not the cause or the catalyst of the reason why our relationship ended, then there is no reason whatsoever that I should have a problem with your new person. Like, I got a friend of mine who shared with me that her and her ex-husband's new wife go walking. She was like, child, we go walking, we go out to eat, we go to have drinks. And I said, that's weird. And that's because I come from a space, like many of y'all do, where we're so used to exes and the new people being adversarial that shit just felt unnatural for me. And she said something to me. She said, you know why I go walking with that bitch? And why we go out to eat? Because that bitch have my kids. Okay? And things that people don't like about you, they will take out on your kids. And that is the God honest truth. That is the God honest truth. These step parents and stuff, you be right here giving these step parents hell, not knowing that the husband or the wife don't went off to Walmart or don't went off on a trip and left them kids with that stepmama to raise or that stepdaddy to raise, and they in there treating that stepchild different than the rest of them children, or treating them funny or saying little slick shit to them because they can't say it to you. You got to make it about your children and not about you. The joint, okay, Martell visits Chris. Y'all, this review is going longer than I expected it to. Shit, I got to go to eat at 8:30. It's 7:50. Martell visits Chris about the 47 acres. And Chris did to me what I think a friend should do, tell Martell. Again, this goes to Martell's distorted view of reality. Chris is the broker of the deal. Chris brokered the deal. He is the liaison between the developer and whoever else he need to liaison with, if I'm saying that right. Who he need to liaise with, whatever. My degree in economics, not English. Nevertheless, the broker, the developer said to the broker, who has an existing relationship with somebody else that they have already sat at the table with, they said, listen, we like her. Not only that, they're like, we know that she's on this reality show. She's big on social media. She's climbing. She's got a presence. That is a plus when it comes to marketing. This show would be a free commercial for any home that Melody has built, because people are naturally going to want to see what she is about. So this developer don't give two shits about who is friends with who is what in the divorce. They liked her. Chris simply did his job. It is his job to work on behalf of his client. If his client would have told him to go to your mammy and ask her, can she take her on a date? That was his job. You now want this man to bend, mold, all out of shape, disappoint, or not take directives from his client to suit your ego and your distorted view of what friendship should be. You fucked up your marriage. You fucked up your business relationship. You fucked up your global image. Okay? And these people don't want to be fucked up with you. But they like Mel. Mel came out unscathed. And now you mad. And here's the crazy part. Martell, if they're unwilling to do it with you, you ought to be glad that they at least doing it with Mel. You know why? Money in Mel's pocket is food in your kid's mouth. Okay? But Martell showed his slip on two occasions. On that sofa with Chris, when he was like, you know what I'm going through, you know what I'm going through. And in that therapy session, when he talked about money, the nigga is broke. Okay? He's broke. He ain't making no money. He alluded to the fact that he's sitting at home not doing anything. And I'm here to tell you something, and there's no tea, no shade. OWN don't pay. Okay? OWN don't pay. They not making Bravo money. And even if OWN did pay, they're only on season 3. The shows don't really start paying, bitch, to season 4. Okay? It's season 3. He getting 6 figures. He getting 6 figures. He getting a little, a little 7 to 10,000 an episode, across 15 episodes. That's $150K. I mean, that's enough to make something shake if you stop shaking your dang-a-lang all other places, or whatever the case may be. Excuse me. Don't make that shake. It's okay to make it jangle a little bit, jangle-lang-a-lang, but don't make that damn thing shake if you got to budget that damn OWN money, honey. If you got to budget that OWN money, and see, that OWN money ain't even all that, because you got to buy clothes and outfits and throw events and all that stuff. Then you got all them damn kids, okay? Y'all got a lot of damn kids. And whenever you mention that 5th damn child, that bitch gets mad, honey. He gets mad. But we're going to talk about that. I think that it was unreasonable for Martell to expect Chris to say to the client, I know y'all want to work with Melody, but Martell is the one who did XYZ. We need to give this to Martell. Martell, what you don't understand is that because Chris works with the client, he's already privy to how they feel about you. All right? Because if they wanted to work with you, these people are in this business. They would have said, have Martell partner up with the company and let's do this because we like that Martell guy. If them people wanted to work with you, they would work with you. If they wanted to work with you, they would have said, well, can Martell piggyback off Melody's builder's license and they build? Are they still willing to do that? Them people don't want to work with you, and Chris knows it. And I wish Chris would have been more forthright with it. It would have cut some of this down. You know what I'm saying? But I think Chris is trying to save Martell's feelings. Matter of fact, Chris already told the people earlier that the people didn't want to work with you. Martell, they don't like you. They don't like you. Get over it. The joint confessional. It was very nice to see that they were able to get Martell and Melody to sit down in the joint confessional. I saw Carlos King post about his ability to get that. That was cute. He got mad with Dr. Francis talking about Dr. Francis wasn't relatable because he been married, he been happily married for 40 years or whatever. He wasn't relatable because he couldn't say, hey man, when I went through this with my wife, this XYZ. And this goes back again to this word, toxic masculinity, and these toxic notions that we have in certain factions of the black community. I've talked about this before on my video when I said, if you go to a barbershop and you see a nigga sitting in a chair and his side piece walk into the barbershop, you'll never see another black man check him and be like, that's wrong. You're wrong for cheating on your wife. You're wrong. As a matter of fact, everybody will co-sign it. They'll hide the shit. They will hide the side bitch from the wife. Certain section of black men have this thing that it is okay to have as many women as you want, just as long as you're taking care of your wife and she don't find out. And Martell is one of those men that subscribe to that. And that's why he's always expecting people to relate to it and to cover it. Yo, bro, you understand. No, I don't understand, bitch. I come from a decent household. I come from decent parents. I come from a decent daddy who raised me to have some pride and decency in my family and in my marriage. I don't relate, and I don't want to relate. And it's that group of men that Martell needs to get associated with. But it's going to be very hard for him right now in his immature mental state because accountability feels like an attack to him. He just ain't ready. This therapist, she did a very good job. And at the end of the therapy, Martell gonna holler, I liked her because she wasn't biased. Well, Martell, she didn't have to discuss any of the things that would have required her to get in your ass. She was the co-parenting specialist. And just as long as y'all keep it to the children, y'all should be able to have amicable sessions. But I commend you for going. Again, evading responsibility. Martell wanted to kind of holler out at that The kids are fine. Well, if you picked them up when you were supposed to and had them and not let Mel have them for 4, 5, 9, and 18 weeks, you would have known that they're not fine. I don't understand how you say they're fine and don't need therapy, and Mel sat here and so easily just blurted out what's going on with each and every one of them. Minus the baby. The baby too young to understand, especially your son. How are you not seeing this? Or are you seeing it and don't want to discuss it? Now, here's the other thing. You know, Melody was not throwing a dig at you when she said, you know, you have 4 kids that you can't stop because you're going through stuff. You have 4 kids, now 5. She actually was advocating for you, for all of your children, as a good person should. That 5th child is your Achilles heel. Why? Why? I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to discuss this right now. I don't want to discuss this. So my question is, why are you so shameful about something that you took such delight in doing? You threw in Mel's face, oh, the other girl pleasing me. You know, Mel asked you to stop. You kept the relationship going. You were so prideful about being in this outside situation that created this child. Now, all of a sudden, it's your kryptonite. I don't want to discuss that. Got real professional with it. At this time, I don't want to discuss that. The nigga was almost ready to get indignant, looking at Mel talking about, stop, no, for real, like this real life, like, no. So then, you know, after the therapy session, y'all go outside and talk about the building situation with Mel. Now, this is how you know Martell is selfish and just out for self. Melody hasn't done anything wrong. As a matter of fact, you even commended her for saying, thank you for telling Chris that he needs to go speak to me about it. And she didn't do that because she owes you any business courtesy. She did it because y'all are already having the difficulty co-parenting, coexisting, and she did not need to add another layer of stress and bullshit to the cornucopia of shit that y'all are already immersed in, or whatever the case may be. She owes you nothing. At this point, any business connection she made, Huntsville is a small place. Y'all work in the same industry. Y'all are going to know a lot of the same people. Y'all are both going to be presented with a lot of the same opportunities. This is not the first time, and it will not be the last, that y'all will both be, you know, in competition or desiring to do the same project, bro. You might as well just get used to it. But see, you the type that'll go around and try to slander that lady name and throw all types of wrenches in the game and shit. I see you. Nevertheless, I don't understand how this turned into an argument, because Mel was sent, you know, basically telling you that she told Chris, and you started making it about Chris and loyalty and this and the third. And then when you asked her, was she going to build on the houses, and she said she was thinking about it, you got mad. I don't understand why you're mad. You're not even in the race. It would be different if she was taking the job from you. It was never presented to you in the first place. And the fact that you can't rationalize that, and you've attached so much negative emotion around it, further supports that you are, you know, immature. And you don't grasp what's going on, Martell. The people don't like you. So she's not your competition. She didn't do anything wrong. So you now want her, because you couldn't have it, she can't have it. Because you can't have it, nobody around you should have it. It would be different if they were discriminating against you, or they did something to you and then went to your friends. Then yeah, your friends should cut you in. You fucked up your own opportunity, and now you want everybody else to suffer the same consequences as you. That's not fair, bro. That is not fair. Now that the cat is out the bag, let that lady build. Y'all, I got to get off this line. It's 8:03. I'm supposed to be where I'm at. I'm supposed to be leaving here at 8:30. I still got to edit, upload. I ain't going to be able to get out of here to 9. I'll call y'all later. Bye.